What's up, Back Pain 4 here, and well, this is my other kind of projects of crappy Fords I've owned. This will be my my fourth Ford I've owned. This one I traded the Bronco for. I was selling the Bronco, and one of the guys on the marketplace said, "Hey, I'll give you this much for it." "No, I'll trade you. What do you got?" And this is what he had. So, this is a 1990 F250. That's the trans. Single cab long bed. Has 144,000 miles on it. Some rust. Is a Midwest car. I mean, stuff that I'll slowly start fixing on. I mean, that. A little bit over here. So we'll start from the back here. So it has aftermarket drop bumper on it. Drop hitch bumper. I do not know if these sockets work. Don't know about that. That is the license plate off the Bronco. Is allowed to keep it. I mean, this is a solid bumper. On this side, the rest is a little worse here, but it does have dual tanks. This tank doesn't work. I found that out the hard way. That tank works. Look under here. One tank there, and the other one's kind of up there. Dana 60 rear end, I believe. Heavy duty leaf springs. I need new shocks on it, as a given. Coming over to the side here is a little easier to get into. Has a straight pipe, gutted cat. A little closer. Frame's not in bad shape. I mean, you know, body's rusted, but the frame feels okay. So once I start changing some suspension components underneath, we'll see how bad it really is. 4-wheel drive. Look in the inside. Interior's in remarkably good shape. 5-speed. I don't know if you get the mileage there. Crack in the windshield, something to work there. What else we got here? Add that mirror in, phone holder. Seats are in pretty good shape, just need a little tear there to fix. Coming over here to the motor. Lariat. Coming up the front, the twin I-beam suspension, locking hubs. I had to buy a specific friggin' locking specific socket just to get these lugs off. They're 1 1/4 inch. I didn't have a socket big enough when I was messing with the tires. Under the hood, we got 351 Windsor, 5.8 EFI. Only issue with this motor at the moment is there is a crack on this manifold somewhere down there. Yeah, where those rust spots are, where it's just colored. Actually, I can zoom in on it, I think. Yep. Crack in the manifold. Something like that. So this thing's gonna get a header soon. Probably gonna let shop do that because, yeah, I know I'm gonna break some studs. I don't want to deal with it. Come back up. Has a new alternator, new starter. Wiring, you know. Not too familiar with these trucks, but it's a good runner, good driver. Up front, cattle bars. Clearance lights. This was a former Iowa DNR truck. I don't know how long it was a DNR truck, but kind of cool history on it. Coming in here. So it wasn't in perfect operating condition when I traded for it. So the first thing I had to fix was had to add this in for racing purposes only, because the wire for the turning on the key is shorted out or broken somewhere, and this was already in there, so I just wired that up and it works. I'll show that in a second. This driver's side mirror, I mean, not driver's side mirror, driver's side window motor didn't work, so I replaced that motor. That works. What else did we fix on it? Parking brake didn't work because the lines were rusted out, so let's show that real quick. Oh yeah. So, new parking brake lines, new junction box, stuff like that. Just so, parking brakes. Ignore the zip ties. The bed's okay, just a little rust spot there. I mean, it's pretty solid. Should be enough room for activities. Alright. fuel selector switch. I'm starting it a little bit. Let's see if it starts. So, neutral. Get it there. Maybe if I, put the key in the ignition so the ignition would actually be on while I'm trying to start this motor vehicle, that'd be fantastic. Okay, fuel pump, now start. There we go. So, none of the check engine lights are on, which is surprising. They do come on, so the lights ain't burnt out. Oil pressure's good, battery charges. Like I said, the one problem is if you turn it to the reserve tank, it dies, so the reserve tank doesn't work. But that's something we gotta fix. I'll show you the exhaust leak real quick. And yes, the cruise control works. The light doesn't work, but cruise control works. This. Okay. You can hear the crack in the exhaust. It's cold out today. Idle's down good. That's new. Anyways, Ford things. This will be a new beater truck. I'm gonna slowly start fixing it up. And we'll go from there. Let's see here. I think that was its idle up to warm it up. But idle's good. Doesn't overheat that I'm aware of. OBD1, so I need to figure out to read those codes, but the only code I got is rear anti-lock. But yeah, not a bad little truck. Gotta get the radio working, and yeah, I'll be in my new little beater truck for activities and the go-kart stuff. Don't you dare idle up on me, motherfucker. Alright, typical Ford stuff. Alright guys, once I get this thing in a little better running condition, I'll take some ride-alongs and drives with it. Late.